Basically, rent status in Andhra Pradesh is there's a serious crisis, especially concerning the fundamental rights of our citizens. More than 100 press cases on social media activists recently have been registered. The protocol, what is put in place by Supreme Court, clearly stating in their judgment that no arrests, if the crime were to be less than 7 years, should be taking place. And 41A notice is all what you can serve. And if at all an arrest is warranted, then a warrant be issued and a magistrate consent is also required, which is the protocol put in place by the Supreme Court. It's totally been taken for a ride. Today you have illegal detentions taking place. Anybody who questions Chandrababu Naidu, anybody who questions his governance is no longer treated as a citizen who could be freely moving around. Unfortunately, this is the plight in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So, where Chandrababu Naidu has failed utterly in these 5 months of his governance. Every promise made during the campaign, which is part of his manifesto, is proven to be a lie. First time you have a situation in the state where the government is so scared that people would question the government as to why the so-called Super 6 or Super 7 promises that he has mentioned in the manifesto, why is it that they have not been realized? He's so scared that this man has not even gone ahead for a regular budget till now. Even till date, we still have only a budget which is running on voter account. That is the plight of affairs in Andhra Pradesh. Now, because he's thoroughly failed, and because people have understood and realized that he's only lied during his election campaign, and the manifesto promises that what he has made have also proven to be lies. Because people are questioning him, he's trying to throttle every voice which goes against him.
Sir, would you like to, do you think that DGP is working on behalf of TDP's political vendetta?
Absolutely. Police officers, unfortunately, especially the DGP, has now become a tool in the hands of the current government, is a tool in the hands of Chandrababu Naidu. But that is the reason why, in fact, the law and order is deteriorated. Because everybody is so busy trying to implement the Red Book governance of Chandrababu Naidu, which speaks of intolerance towards anybody who raises the voice against him. That the law and order actually has taken a backseat. The real issues have taken a backseat. You have, within these 5 months, you have a situation where more than 91 women and children have either been abused, out of them 7 of them have already died. This is the situation. So many cases of YSRCP sympathizers who've been killed, beaten up, properties destroyed. So many such cases have also been registered. And now it's not ending there. Now it's gone one step ahead to the level of social media activists, wherein you have more than 101 cases registered so far. And illegal detention is happening left, right and center.
So do you welcome the Jamili elections on Waqf Board amendment?
We made our stand very clear as far as Waqf Board is concerned. We will be opposing the government. We stand with the minorities of the state, minorities of the country.
So do you welcome the Jamili elections, sir?
One nation. In fact, Ramchandra,
Raghavendra.
in fact, while we were in the previous regime itself, while we were in governance then in those days itself, we supported one country, one election then. Because our state per se, we have a situation where both MLA and MP elections are held together. So that being the case, both the elections simultaneously coming in is not new for us. It's been happening. And we've always believed that there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, sooner both of them were to come together, it's better. Yes. Maybe, it'll choke the regional parties to some extent. Maybe, yes. There's some air in it, which might be true. But our stand, because it has already been taken, because we've already given a letter also to that effect in writing, our stand will continue to be the same.
Sir, are you going to the assembly session?
We per se going to the assembly will not serve any purpose, because the current government here, even though we are the only opposition party in existence, and even though we have a 40% vote share, yet the speaker refuses to acknowledge us as opposition. He's not giving us the opposition recognition. He's not giving us the opposition party recognition. If we are not recognized as opposition party, then there is no opposition party there in the assembly. Even then, in spite of that, they are not acknowledging us as opposition party. Once they acknowledge us as opposition party, then obviously the leader of the house, the leader of that opposition would obviously be the leader of the opposition party, would obviously be the leader of opposition, because we would be acknowledged that way as the leader of the opposition, and because that would entitle us for certain rights over the mic and certain time guaranteed for the leader of the opposition. They do not want to give us that time. They do not want the issues to be raised in the assembly. So they are not recognizing our party as the leader, as the opposition party, nor are they acknowledging that party which will have their leader as the leader of the opposition. Unfortunately, this is once again throttling of democracy, which is also taking place. In fact, in the midst of the democratic house, which is the assembly, also taking place. So per se, we, without having that status, going to the assembly will not make any sense. But we will continue to fight for the people of the state, even though we will not be going to the assembly. We will continue to fight, we will continue to voice our voice through the media while the session is going on, continuously putting forth the questions that we would otherwise be asking in the assembly if we were granted the status and granted the time, which unfortunately in a democracy is being granted.
Sir, recently Pawan Kalyan has praised UP CM Yogi Adityanath with respect to, while talking about crime rate in Andhra Pradesh. What's your say?
I didn't get your point.
Sir, Pawan Kalyan had recently praised Yogi Adityanath and said that we should have
Such governance is needed in Andhra Pradesh.
I do not know about what he said about Yogi Adityanath, but the fact that he's acknowledged and accepted that the law and order situation in the state of Andhra Pradesh has deteriorated itself is a clear indication that his government, that he should step down from his position as Deputy CM. And he should also ask Chandrababu Naidu's resignation as the Chief Minister.